They'll say something like, yeah, he's not fit yet or something like that. And you'll be going, well, I've been training for a week here. Like, I thought I was in contention for a game here. And he's just ruled me out on Sky Sports News. Little things like that, like finding out the England squad when I didn't get picked. I remember reading going, England squad's out. Like when it flashes up like on your phone, and I was thinking, well, I can't be in it then.
No, but that's surely you're meant to get a phone call, aren't you?
I did 5 years sort of pretty steady playing for England. I was in every squad, but there were times that if I'd missed out on a friendly or something like that, or wasn't fit, that you would find out the squad when everyone else did. But then, the other side of it was, someone would wind you up, like an opposing manager would say something about you. Remember, we talked about Arsene Wenger when he called me a basketball player early on when I was at Southampton. I scored a header from a corner, and he was like, it wound me up, but then I sort of enjoyed it because I knew I'd wound him up.
I think that's a big role as well. And I think it's can we group it in with the press officer, the sort of social media admins, basically a funny guy on Twitter or Instagram. Imagine having that on your phone and being pissed and having the power to tweet from an entire football club.
It's dangerous leaving your phone anywhere, but imagine if you were the voice of Man United on a night out.
If you are Man United on Twitter, right? Tweet us in, preferably as Manchester United.
Yeah.
And just say, look, I am Josh from Wickham and I'm Man United. I'm Dave from the Wirral and I'm Liverpool.
Mm.
I'm Emma from Galatasaray.
I'm Bob and I'm Stenhouse Muir.
And does Brendan Rodgers, when he moves clubs, does he insist on bringing the Twitter
social
person
media
with
man?
Him? You can't be a different tone to the manager, can you? So if the manager has come out berating the players and you just gone like, all the boys put in lots of effort, we'll be back stronger next week or whatever it is you tweet, and then the relevant picture. I can't see Mourinho taking kindly to, a misguided tweet which contradicts everything that he may have just gone out and said.
The difficult one is when you've been beaten 5-0 at home.
Yeah.
And you have to find words that don't enrage your club supporters. You can't whinge about it because you are the voice of a football club, but also you have to sort of put your hand up and go, that was quite shit.
Is the press officer in charge of, where you've got to get your videos done for the TV, the beginning of the season in the full kit?
That's a thankless task, that one. I feel sorry for the press officer in that environment, especially these days because, broadcasters are paying so much, they want more content. So I remember turning up and it was amazing. I think my last few seasons, like in the Premier League, and I just got there and he was just like, right, so just a quick robot. I went, excuse me? And I'm doing the walk. And he's talking about doing a robot, and he's like, he wants to do all different ones. So there was loads of there's a bit of Bolt in there. There was a couple of other ones, other players, like a little like Anelka vibes and stuff. I think they want all this stuff now.
Yeah, imagine Roy Keane doing his little videos. Go, so Roy, can you just bang out a quick river dance?
Can you imagine?
Imagine.
Even the walk, I don't know if the walk would go down too well. The walk and fold the arms.
They'd probably have to get the camera to zoom in on him, wouldn't they? Like, he would stand still. He'd make the camera come to him.
That Peter Crouch podcast from BBC 5 Live.
I'm enjoying this episode, boys, because I feel it's shining a light on the unsung heroes behind a football club. These are the roles and people that you probably don't see on Match of the Day, but they play an important part. I'm thinking of another role here. So the role of the physio.
A good physio is important. They've got to be quite social. They've got to be the player's friend. But then you got to remember they've got to report to the manager, and it can be quite stressful. Like if imagine going into Jose Mourinho's office, knocking on the door and telling him that his captain, his top goal scorer, is not going to play against Arsenal tomorrow, for instance. It could be in a difficult situation.
But there's different levels of match fitness, surely, as well. There must be an element of a grey area there.
Yeah, I've seen some really difficult conversations in the open. Like the manager will come in and go, right, is he fit? And the physio will go, can I speak to you outside? And he'll go, oh, and then the physio will have to go outside with the manager. And a lot of the time he gets bollocked for something that is absolutely out of his control. Imagine how strong the doctor's got to be, right? He's got the player, the manager, all the fans, all these people putting pressure on one man, the doctor, who's saying no. And all he's got is your well-being at heart. But at the time, when you're not playing, it gets heated.
What sort of arguments have you seen?
I've seen some incredible things, Tom, in my time playing football. Plenty of times I've seen it where a player's pulled out of training or pulled out injured. So I played for Southampton, right? We've got Newcastle away on a Tuesday night and I'm not in the team. Okay. So you do the training on Monday and you've got to get a flight to stay over in Newcastle knowing I'm not going to play. Well, I've seen players pull a hamstring on that Monday, and then go home. What can you say to it though? You've got all the players and all the staff, all the management that know what's happening. And then the worst thing is that a lot of the time they'll train back training on the Wednesday. I like the sheer cheek of it.
Have you ever seen a manager in a training ground scenario where a manager is arguing with a player about a difference in opinion on how fit they are?
Once a week, I'd say.
Really? All the time?
Well, I watched Harry tell the physio to not treat players who had gone down.
Like Gareth Bale.
Gareth went down and he told the physio to not treat him. And this was when he was going through a difficult time at Tottenham before the Galactico that he became. He felt that he was going down at times and not maybe as hard as he should be. And Harry's way of sort of coping with that was not letting the physio on to treat him when he went down. I remember a couple of times we'd just play on. A player would be down and we just play on. And I watched another player. He had this cut on his foot. The shorts actually got cut off him. When you've had a car accident, and I was flabbergasted. I thought it was going to be a double break, and I'm not joking. It was a cut that big, and then the plaster was reapplied for 2 weeks. I said to the physio, I said, I can't believe your feeling is the problem. You're applying the plaster. And he's like, well, what can I do? He's asking me to put this plaster on. I know it's bullshit, but I've got to do it.
The thing I find weird, Chris, is like if you're that player, I think you and I would struggle to go back into a training ground if we'd done that amount of malingering. Actually, was it Mark Gonzalez when you were at Liverpool?
Yeah, this has gone down in folklore and Liverpool history. It was the same game, unfortunately, that Luis Garcia did his cruciate. I remember Mark Gonzalez going down. It was incredible. And, obviously we thought he broke his leg, gas and air, stretch it off, leg in a brace. And then obviously Luis Garcia, the same things happen. And I don't know who's worse, Gonzalez or Garcia. They're both horrendous incidents. Get back in on the Monday morning, just peeked through from the physio room into the gym and saw Mark Gonzalez doing squats. Mark seems okay. And I'm certain on Saturday there was gas and air going on. Oh, well, I've seen nothing like it. Incredible scenes. At least get some ice on it on Monday morning. I mean, even if you're training, right, just ice it up and go, yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Really painful, but not as bad. But squats, 9:30. Not for me.
When you're lying on the pitch, right, and the physio's out and you're playing for time, what's the kind of stuff you're chatting with the physio?
Plenty of times it's happened, right? I've done it myself. Not going to sit here and lie to you. I've gone down, usually I've not dived or anything, but I've gone down under a foul. And a couple of times I've gone, right, I'm going to milk this now. So I've stayed down. And, the players will come over and go, you're all right. And when you're out of earshot, you go, I'm absolutely fine. And then the physio will come over.
I always wonder about this. I always imagine this is what happens.
And the physio will come on and he'll go, where is it? And I'll go, it's absolutely nowhere. And then he'll pretend to treat it. We'll take as long as possible. We'll walk the wrong way off. They'll tell us to walk the right way off. If you do it correctly, then part and parcel of the game.
You've never had a physio that on medical grounds is turned up and you look up and it's a different physio, a different doctor. It's like, where's normal one? They're off today. And you go, I'm absolutely fine. And they go, well, get up.
Do you know what? Being on the bench towards the latter stages of my career, some of the physios are the worst critics.